Sí es, y el sábado lo vamos a demostrar. He still has it, and Saturday we're going to show it by knockout.
Right? Do you believe you knock him out?
Yeah, why not?
I don't want to see Terence fight Canelo, but I would love to see him fight anybody in that division, because even up to 154, because I think he's the cream of the crop.
At the final press conference, Canelo Álvarez's trainer, Eddie Reynoso, delivered a passionate message directed at Terence Crawford, promised that fans would see the best version of Canelo on Saturday night, and boldly predicted a knockout win, emphasizing that Álvarez's power and experience would prove overwhelming for Crawford.
I think of him sometimes like Marvin Hagler, who when he fought Duran, he gave him too much respect, and it was close. So when he fought Hearns, he thought, no, I'm going to go knock him out. What mentality do you want Canelo to have for this fight?
Me recuerda un poco a Marvin Hagler y lo que tuvo que hacer cuando ves a Canelo, cuál es la mentalidad que él tiene para este partido. Lo mejor de su carrera, lo mejor de 20 años de preparación y de peleador, eso se va a ver el sábado. This is the best Canelo we're going to see in 20 years of career, and we're going to show it Saturday.
Canelo Álvarez has long embodied the aura of a confident champion who thrives under pressure. Recently, he made it clear that he's eagerly anticipating his clash with Terence Crawford, boldly vowing to score a knockout. Such declarations are nothing new for Canelo, whose fearless and outspoken nature has defined much of his career. Known for his devastating knockout power, he has dismantled some of the sport's biggest names. By guaranteeing a stoppage against Crawford, Canelo is delivering not just a predict, but a psychological statement aimed at both his opponent and the fans.
He thinks Bomac might throw the towel in to stop the fight.
Oh, could be. In boxing, everything can happen, right?
Do you believe you knock him out?
Yeah, why not?
Canelo, you said last year you have everything to lose and nothing to gain, and because you said if he wins, if you win, you'll say he's too small.
Yeah.
Is that still the same for you now?
No, when you don't have in mind one fight, you think in that way. But when you see how big is this fight, it's a big fight.
While Canelo Álvarez acknowledged that Terence Crawford appears impressive in his new physical form, he was quick to dismiss its significance once they step into the ring. For Canelo, the fight is about proving who he truly is as a champion. He pointed out that every major bout brings endless conversations, speculations, and doubts from fans and analysts alike, each with their own opinions about the outcome. Yet his confidence remains unshaken. No matter what others predict, Álvarez insists the ultimate answer will come from his performance on Fight Night, where he intends to prove himself once again.
It's good. I feel happy because that you realize it's going to be a good fight. So, and we expect a good fight.
There are rumors circulating. A lot of people, conspiracy theories, think that it's photoshopped. What's your opinion?
I don't think so. I don't think so. People always talk, speculate and everything, but that's good. Around big fights always happen.
You're somebody who has moved up and through the weights himself. What do you think the biggest challenge of it is, and what do you think he maybe is underestimating with it?
No, maybe they know, but if not, I'm gonna remind them September 13. I can do a lot of things in the ring, and I'm gonna put everything there.
Veteran trainer Abel Sanchez voiced strong concerns about the matchup, stating that he does not want to see Canelo Álvarez face Terence Crawford or any opponent in that division. Sanchez argued that the size difference is too significant and could pose serious risks. His view highlights the worry that Canelo, having already competed across multiple weight classes, may be pushing the limits by taking on opponents where size becomes a major disadvantage. From Sanchez's perspective, such fights could jeopardize Canelo's longevity in the sport and expose him to unnecessary danger.
I don't want to see Terence fight Canelo, but I would love to see him fight anybody in that division, because even up to 154, because I think he's the cream of the crop.
Well, why not Canelo? Is that just a little too much?
It'd be like Canelo fighting the Charlo. He just, even though he's got a lot of talent, it's just not enough size.
Former world champion Carl Froch observed that Terence Crawford's current form makes him look both bigger and stronger, which could pose a real challenge for Canelo Álvarez. Froch also reminded fans that Canelo has not been untouchable throughout his career, pointing to his past defeat against Floyd Mayweather and his more recent loss to Dimitri Bivol as evidence. These setbacks, Froch argued, demonstrate that with the right opponent, Canelo can be beaten. In his view, Crawford's size and strength have the potential to put significant pressure on Álvarez inside the ring.
Good counter punches, fast hands, naturally the lighter man, so it's going to be naturally the quicker man. But I said earlier, he's looking bigger and stronger, so I think he's going to be able to cope with pressure from Canelo at times. But Canelo, I'm talking about, how does he win? And I think use his size, his strength, and his weight advantage, his natural weight advantage, to sort of bully Crawford around and push him back and put him under pressure, if indeed he can. And I just think that his natural ability, he's got high work rate, Canelo. He throws combination punches, he's great with a jab, he's defensive, he's a masterclass in here. He does everything really, really well, exceptionally well, but he's also tough. He's never been down, never been put over, never really looked like he'd been hurt. I mean, he's had a couple of losses, hasn't he? He's lost to Mayweather, he's lost to Dimitri Bivol, but he never really looked hurt. I think Bivol caught him with a couple of shots that may have buzzed him. Never went anywhere, did he? Never touched down on the canvas. So for Crawford to actually hit him and hurt him, or hit him and put him away, I can't see that happening. Canelo just needs to do what Canelo does, which is busy, excellent boxing masterclass work, but on his front foot, and put Terence Bud Crawford under pressure. And that will probably be enough for him to get the job done. Now, for Crawford to win this fight, he's going to have to box and move, use his speed, use the ring craft, the skills that we've seen time and time again. Ricky Burns, I've mentioned, Kell Brook, the big win against Errol Spence. Nobody thought that would be a one-sided whooping, but that's what it was. Terence Crawford outclassed Errol Spence. Errol Spence is a phenomenal fighter. We know how good he is, and look what Bud Crawford managed to do to him. Such a quality fighter, and he's unbeaten as well. So he's coming into this fight, doesn't know how to lose. I know he's older than Canelo Álvarez. Has he got one eye on retirement? Maybe, but he's not going to want to go out on a loss. So Crawford needs to be fast behind the jab, combination punches, busy body and head, fast leg work all the way around the ring, use his speed, make Canelo reach like Bivol did.
Veteran broadcaster Jim Gray described this showdown as a rare spectacle, one of those major fights that only come around occasionally. He emphasized that the intrigue stems from the fact that both Canelo Álvarez and Terence Crawford are widely regarded as two of the greatest fighters of their generation. The matchup is tough to call, with each man bringing unique advantages. Álvarez offers immense power and the experience of countless high-stakes battles, while Crawford brings versatility, exceptional skill, and the momentum of an undefeated. Gray's remarks underline why this fight has captured the imagination of fans. It's not a one-sided affair, but a clash of two icons whose strengths could deliver a true
clash. To break down a fight, I mean, obviously the big focus is on the weight and coming up in the division. And, but look, Terence Crawford fights from both sides, and while Canelo has fought guys who, have been southpaws and so forth, they usually don't switch in the middle of the round. So you never know what can happen in these fights. Canelo is a bigger guy, and Canelo, we saw what happened to him when he went up against Bivol. So we know what that looks like, and so, it's a tough assignment to move up in weight, but Terence Crawford has taken on every tough assignment, and he looks in great shape, and, this guy's really something. So it's hard to say, if you start analyzing and breaking this down, there are advantages for both.
Former world champion Steve Collins offered a balanced take on the match, admitting that he cannot choose a clear favorite. He noted that Canelo Álvarez still has plenty left in his career to potentially overcome Terence Crawford, while Crawford, in Collins's view, may be the best fighter in the sport today. Both men, he explained, bring qualities that could secure them victory. Álvarez with his experience and toughness, and Crawford with his intelligence and adaptability. Collins's analysis reflects why the fight has split opinions across the boxing world, with each side having valid reasons for confidence. For him, the outcome will ultimately depend on execution in the ring rather than pre-fight predictions.
Firmly picking Canelo, some people firmly picking Crawford. Where's your head at with this?
I'm a fan of Canelo. I love his style. I like how he fights. I like everything about him, his boxing. Crawford is a very good fighter, and some people believe and think that maybe Canelo might not be taking him serious. People think, oh, Canelo's got this attitude, oh, I'm bigger than him, I'm stronger than him. This is what they think Canelo's thinking, and they think, people believe that Canelo goes in underestimating Crawford, he could be in for a shock. I don't believe Canelo is underestimating him, because he's too long in the tooth, he's been around the game, he's too wise and too successful to underestimate anybody. But also in saying that, Canelo's been around a long time. He's got a lot of hard fights under his belt, and I wonder, is every fight, next fight is going to be his last fight? Has Canelo still got it in the tank? We don't know. We know on the night Crawford is good enough to beat him. Canelo's good enough to beat Crawford, and in saying that, I'm looking forward to the fight because I really don't know. I can't pick a winner. That's what's great about this fight, because I really cannot pick a winner.
Do you think size will play a factor in this fight?
Well, size can play a factor if you know how to use it to your advantage. Sometimes size can be to a disadvantage. I don't really think the size is going to make that much of a difference, really. But then Canelo is clever enough; he can use his weight to a positive. I don't really know. See, I can't simplify it and say, oh yeah, size will make a difference. That's what's great about this fight. I can't pick a winner.